Today is August the 10th, Saturday, 2024, and we're hearing that over the course of the next couple of days, there could be a lot of people on Earth that are going to be able to see some incredible things in the sky. As we are hearing experts saying that they're anticipating a solar storm. We have a solar storm alert, and you might be able to see auroras in the sky. But in addition to that, there also could potentially be radio blackouts that are expected this weekend, along with power grid disruptions in the northern latitudes of Earth. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest articles. As always, these are going to be linked in the description below, so that way you can read them and see them for yourself. This one coming out in the last 24 hours, and here is another one giving us a little bit more information as well that says the sun has unleashed an X-class solar flare, blasts a third coronal mass ejection, or a CME, towards Earth. In a video this week, it can be seen. Now, active sunspot AR3777 has fired off the strongest of its 3 solar flares this week, sending another CME to impact Earth this weekend with a possible geomagnetic storm coming. So we're hearing that they're saying brace yourselves for this, or if you are just an onlooker and you want to see what's unfolding, a lot of people are going to be able to see some incredible things in the sky in the coming days. I'm going to share with you the latest on this. And as I mentioned, these are going to be linked in the description below. But right now, all you got to do is go onto Google and search solar flare, solar blast, solar storm, and all of these will come up. In the past 24, 48 hours, they've been saying this is going to be coming. I'll give you the exact dates of when they're saying there could be some geomagnetic disruptions. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on this. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got almost 700 people live with me in the room at 1:51 p.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday, August the 10th, 2024. Do me a favor before we dive in. If you appreciate the updates, please take a second, hit that like button for me, hit subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And stay subscribed. I got to let people know they are getting unsubscribed from the channel. People are messaging me saying it is not them unsubscribing. We're not sure what's going on, but make sure you're staying subscribed. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so that way you're notified as soon as updates come out. And also additional resources along with these articles linked in the description below for you guys. So let me get you caught up on this. And yes, there is a lot going on in the world right now. We're hearing that there are tons of things happening in the Middle East, in Europe, here in the United States. We've got elections coming up. There are threats of cyber attacks. There are so many things happening. And right now, what I'm seeing coming up in the news is that they're saying this weekend is a big weekend for the solar storm alert. Experts are saying if you want to see auroras the next couple of days, millions of people on Earth are going to be able to see some incredible things in the sky, and also radio blackouts, power grid disruptions are expected potentially this weekend in the northern latitudes. Now, there's probably going to be a whole lot of people that are not impacted by this, but if you are one of them, make sure to let me know. I'm very curious to see if this hits, and if it does, how severe it hits some of the areas. As they're saying, the solar activity of our sun, it is ramping up. Now, they're going to be covering this in detail here in this article. They're saying that experts are watching this and they're saying, man, these solar blasts, what is unfolding? It is increasing and increasing more and more, and we potentially could see more disruptions here on Earth, potentially on a global scale, as a result of what is happening with the sun shooting out these solar flares, solar blasts, solar storms. Now, again, this is going to be linked in the description below. This one coming out from earth.com in the last 24 hours. And this article says that this weekend, Mother Nature presents a fascinating celestial spectacle. Earth is set to encounter powerful solar storm events that will bring auroras to mid to lower regions of the United States, accompanied by fireballs from the Perseid meteor shower that's going to happen as well. So if you're in the United States, they're even saying mid to lower regions of the United States. Keep an eye on the sky. You're going to be able to see some incredible things happening, they're saying. Now, the NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center, or the SWPC, they have issued warnings about significant geomagnetic storms that are going to be anticipated from August 9th to August the 11th. And they're saying, though, that this could go on for several days You might be able to see some incredible things as we go through the weekend. This geomagnetic storm could potentially disrupt our technology, including radio blackouts and power grid disruptions at the northern latitudes. Now, the sun has put on an impressive show recently, climaxing with 3 coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, aimed our way. The first 2 were kid stuff, they said, coming from an M-class solar flare back on August 7th. Now, this third one, hailing from an X1.3 class solar flare on August 8th, is the showstopper. It bursts out of sunspot AR3777, which currently is one of the sun's most active areas, as documented by NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory, or the SDO. Tiger Stacker, thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. I appreciate that. A ton. Says YouTube unsubscribes me a lot. Also, I did a video on how electrical grids will get shut down by weather, solar flares, etc. So if any of your viewers want to watch, please do so. Thank you so much for everything that you do for us. Thank you for that, Tiger Stacker. Thank you for that research. I appreciate that. I will be sure to check it out as well. And also, I see a lot of people commenting. Thank you so much for your support. Steve, will we see auroras in Canada, says Lionbug. It looks like it. They're saying the northern latitudes you might be able to see. Keep an eye on the sky tonight, tomorrow, the day after, we're hearing. I'm going to give you some more details right here as well. Direct Current saying, thank you, Tiger Stacker. I will sub. Cat Scratch saying, shame on you, YouTube, for unsubscribing people. I think she's saying, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a protection method. They think people are bots. Whatever the case is, make sure that you stay subscribed to the channel to stay up to date on everything. Now, also, it says, wondering what a coronal mass ejection is, or a CME? These are fascinating phenomenons, or they are colossal outbursts of solar wind and magnetic fields that burst forth from the sun's outer atmosphere, known as the corona. Now, CMEs, they can release massive amounts of energy in plasma, often displacing billions of tons of charged particles into space, with some of them direct straight towards Earth. Now, when these high energy particles collide with our planet's magnetic field, they can interfere with Earth's magnetosphere, leading to a range of effects known as geomagnetic storms. Now, these storms can disrupt satellite communication, cause fluctuations in power grids, and even produce stunning auroras near the poles. Understanding CMEs is crucial for predicting space weather and safeguarding our technology against potential disruptions, which they're saying you need to be aware of what's going on, because this could be potentially happening in the next couple of days. And in here, they're going to be laying out for us specifically what days we can expect this, what days we can see these auroras potentially coming. Now, it says geomagnetic storms touch our everyday lives, meddling with GPS systems, radio communications, and even our own power grids, that depending on how intense these storms are. NOAA classifies these storms from G1, which is considered a minor nuisance, to a G5. And if they say it's a G5, it says stop everything you're doing and pay attention to what is happening with the sun. The current storm watch is set to a midweight G2, but the combined effect of all of these solar events might level it up to a heavy G3 this weekend. Now, there's a silver streak of these potentially problematic storms, though. Auroras. These ethereal light shows, better known as the northern and southern lights, they stick to the polar regions under normal circumstances, but during strong geomagnetic storms, they venture southwards. So they're saying a lot of people further south than normal might be able to see these incredible signs in the sky. For instance, during the past G1 storm, amazing auroras painted the skies across the US and Canada. If predictions of G2 or G3 storms come true, mid-latitude viewers in the United States and Europe might bear witness to a grand celestial spectacle. As we anticipate these solar events, understanding their potential impact becomes important. Mariners, ham radio buffs, or anyone reliant on satellite-based systems should stay abreast of updates and plan accordingly. While auroras are a delightful side effect of solar activity, the geomagnetic storm that can be caused can disrupt communications and navigation systems. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center is keeping a close watch. Their forecasters suggest that while we're likely to see to spot auroras, disruptions aren't entirely off of the table either with this level hit from a G3. David Hoffbeyer, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Perfect time for our enemies to launch an EMP attack. Would we be able to tell the difference? Does anyone know? And if so, how? Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, David. And, that's a great question. Here's the thing is that I'm not really necessarily sure the potential impacts that we could get from a solar flare, what that could do, how much that could fry things. I've heard some experts say that if we get hit by a solar flare, it could be devastating if it is a G5 and it is to a level the likes of which we can't handle. And this is coming up a lot right now in the news because they're saying that the solar activity is the likes of which we have not ever seen. So they're saying things with the sun is ramping up. That's what we've been hearing a lot about this last year, this year. It seems like there's a lot of solar activity. And now they're saying that also the intensity, not only the frequency, but the intensity is increasing as well. So the question is, how intense are these solar flares going to be? Is it going to be more powerful than an EMP? I think potentially it could be. I just really don't know enough about solar flares to give you a solid answer on that. Now, I do know an EMP could wipe out everything that is electronic. It could be devastating, and I'm not really sure, depending on which power grid it is, how quickly they're going to be able to get things back online, how long people will be out of power. It could be a major disruption. So either one could be devastating, solar flare or an EMP, regardless of which one it is. I always say here on the channel, don't be scared, be prepared. Resources down below. I actually have a free power grid guide in the link down below for you. You can just click on the link, enter your email, and a free PDF gets emailed to you, a reminder of everything to take into consideration with potential power grid failures. Now, let me go ahead and continue on and get you guys caught up with what they're saying about this potential level 3 that could hit and could disrupt things. JP, thank you for the $5 super chat. Something happening every time that the AMC or the GME is about to get squeezed. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Those squeezes, man. I forget the name of the group, but they've really impacted those stocks quite a bit. Now, the article says that the upswing in solar activity that we're observing fits into a broader pattern. The sun dance to an 11-year rhythm of solar activity with periods of quiet and frenzy. We're currently heading towards a solar maximum. So again, this is the reason for a lot of the attention on these solar flares is that we are hitting what they're calling a solar maximum. The activity of the sun right now is at a heightened level, which means that more frequency and more intensity are coming with these flares and these CMEs or coronal mass ejections from the sun towards Earth. The recent solar flares from Sunspot AR3777 are a testament to the sun's growing restlessness. Space weather experts keep a keen eye on these solar shenanigans. Each of these events reminds us of the immense force pulsing through our solar system. Now, in the next few days, we'll witness the dynamic interplay of solar energy against Earth's magnetosphere. While disruptions are a possibility, so is the chance of one to view nature's most breathtaking light display in the sky. Whether you're a sky watcher eagerly awaiting a peek at the auroras or someone that's reliant on tech, knowledge and readiness are the best allies against the coming solar storms. And again, this is something that I share here on the channel is that let's not be scared. Let's be prepared. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is the true power. Just to know something is coming is a lot of power to you, but then you must take action. Is it faith without works is dead? If you know something is coming, a wise man hears that something is coming and prepares. The foolish person hears and still goes about their business. So here on the channel, they're literally saying it here at earth.com. Knowledge and readiness are the best allies against the coming solar storms. Now, the sun has been all active and spunky in the last 24 hours, throwing out 3 M-class and 1 X-class solar flare. These solar showstoppers are classified by their intensity, with M-class being the medium-sized ones and the X topping the charts. Interestingly, these solar flares took birth in the specific regions of the sun, namely region 3781 and region 3777. The X-class flare deserves special mention for its occurrence at 1935 UTC on August the 8th, which heralds an upswing in solar activity impacting space weather. Following the flare's path, we also noticed a transformation in the region of 3777, a sort of preparation for what is to follow here. Meanwhile, a faint but critical event, a partial halo coronal mass ejection CME, was observed on August 8th. This CME, triggered by an M1.3 flare, is likely to touch base with Earth between, here's the dates, August the 10th, which is today, through August the 11th. So if you experience any electronic disruptions, even potentially power grid blackouts, radio disruptions, they're saying all of these potentially could hit. GPS disruptions as a result of the size, the intensity of this solar flare that is going to be hitting. Another CME is under analysis and expected to greet us here on Earth on August 12th as well. So today, tomorrow, and also Monday, keep an eye on your electronics. We're hearing these solar flares could be hitting. And again, these are not even the most powerful that they're saying that could hit. They're saying G5 is stop what you're doing and get ready and be aware of what's taking place. We are experiencing what they're saying somewhere between a G2 to a G3, but they're saying it's still strong enough that a lot of people are going to be able to see things in the sky, and also there could be electronic disruptions. Now, energetic particles. The solar activity is likely to maintain its moderate to high intensity, meaning that we can expect some more M-class flares and potential X-class additions. These flares are typically associated with the sun's region that bear complex magnetic blueprints, especially the ones with the delta traits. The last 24 hours, we have seen a lull with the normal proton and electron levels. However, regions 3777 and 3774, the magnetically complex areas, they have moved to a position that might send their effects Earth's way. Therefore, brace yourselves for possible minor radiation storms until August 11th. Now, the solar winds, a stream of charged particles from the sun and key architects of the space weather, they have remained stable for the last 24 hours. However, starting August the 9th, yesterday, the solar wind parameters are set to spike owing to the incoming CMEs on their way. The Earth's magnetic field has enjoyed a tranquil period in the past day with no remarkable geomagnetic activity. However, this piece is going to be short-lived, as minor to moderate geomagnetic storms are expected between August the 9th, which is yesterday, through August the 11th, and we're hearing another one could be hitting on the 12th. The storms stirred up by the incoming CMEs might disrupt satellite communications and also could disrupt power grids. So that is the update coming out from Earth.com, you guys. And they are saying that the sun, man, we have been looking at potential cyber attacks and issues, war, all of these things taking place. We're hearing about sleeper cells and things like that, but it is our own sun just doing coronal mass ejections, solar flares shooting out that could be causing massive disruptions as well. So potential attacks from the sun coming out too. And again, this article is linked in the description below. And also, we've got this one that has just come out from space.com and the other one coming out from earth.com, giving updates on these. And again, these are all over the news. You can go ahead and look them up if you'd like. But these ones are linked in the description down below for you. And they're saying that there's going to be a lot of people on Earth that are going to be able to see auroras in the sky. So very, very fascinating. They're going to say you're going to be able to see these incredible spectacles in the sky. These normally don't happen this far down in Earth. These auroras that are going to spread, and people all over the world will be able to look up in the sky and see this incredible thing in the sky that normally doesn't happen. Why is this happening? They're saying because they're saying there is an increased frequency and intensity coming from the sun that is blasting Earth at a regular level. So this is pretty incredible stuff, you guys. I'm going to be seeing if I can see it here in Texas. Let me know if you're going to be able to see it. And I think the last one we had was just a couple months ago, if I remember correctly. And a lot of people saying they could see it all over the U.S. And I think that they even said we could have potentially saw it here in Texas, but we were there was clouds everywhere. We also missed the last solar eclipse event that took place. Couldn't see it because of all the clouds here in Houston. I think some other cities, they were able to see it pretty good. I think it was Dallas and some of the other ones nearby here in Texas. But Houston, we weren't able to see it because of all the rain clouds. But a lot of stuff going on in the skies, you guys. And again, this is linked in the description below for you. And do me a favor. I see that we have got almost 1,600 people live with me in the room. Hit that like button for me. If we literally get 2 more likes, I could have 800. That just helps out with the YouTube channel, helps spread this out so more people can see it. Also, in addition to that, hit that like button. I just said that. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. And you guys, I will keep you up to date on everything. I know a lot of people want to know with what is going on with the conflict. I saw people asking about World War III and wars. I will keep you up to date every step of the way as the news comes out. So stay subscribed to the channel. Stay tuned. I will keep you guys up to speed on everything. And also let me know if you have any electronic disruptions or if you can see the solar flares, the auroras in the sky. We're hearing that those are going to be hitting starting as of yesterday, then going into today, tomorrow, and even into Monday. And they're saying that these are just baby solar flares compared to what they think could be coming here. These are G2 to G3 level, but they're saying G5s is stop what you're doing and pay attention. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.